All right, so good day to everyone. Now we're here for our first discussion for the subject TOU 046, or what we call Entrepreneurship in Tourism and Hospitality. First and foremost, we're going to start with module number 2. Pero I really like you guys to check on module number 1 first if you have the time or if you are interested to try, no? Try to accomplish this test. This test is called PEC's Self-Rating Questionnaire or PEC's Self-Rating Questionnaires. And the target of this test is to see whether or not you have what it takes, no? Pero kung ano man yung ano mo, ano man yung iyong rating when it comes to these factors na kino-consider natin. Ito kasing, itong test na to, if kukunin nyo man itong test na to, um, at the end of the results of the test, magkakaroon kayo ng idea kung gaano nga ba kayo kagaling in terms of these factors. Factors that are very much important if you are planning to become an entrepreneur in the future. So it's a good assessment, no? This test to see your standing, your current standing, kung okay ba ang inyong characteristics for being an entrepreneur, parang ganun siya. So, yan. I really very much recommend for you guys to try this assessment. Now, with that being said, maybe let's start with the first module that we're going to discuss. And actually for our prelim, ano lang naman, very simple lang din naman ang gusto kong ibigay sa inyo ng mga topics. So first, let's start with searching for sound business ideas in the tourism and hospitality industry. First and foremost, no, if you're planning to become an entrepreneur, of course you have to have a business idea. And I'm pretty sure almost every one of you na nandito ngayon sa class tried at least to think of a business idea, to think of a good business idea. Baka mamaya may iba sa inyo nag-isip na gumawa kaya tayo ng milk tea shop na nagbebenta ng tacos. Gumawa kaya tayo ng restaurant kung saan ang ino-offer na food is mga luto ng nanay nyo or luto ng lola mo, ganyan. And many other business ideas. I'm sure meron sa inyo mga nakapag-isip ng mga ideas na siguro tingin nyo kakaiba, tingin nyo very interesting to check, tingin nyo na okay, mukhang maganda tong idea na to, bakit di natin subukan? Or maganda tong idea na to, bakit hindi natin itabi muna for a while before we start off the whole journey of being an entrepreneur. So, paano natin malalaman sa napakadami ng business ideas na pumapasok sa ating isipan? Yun ang gagawin natin for this topic. We will try to achieve as much as possible how to determine if the business idea is really feasible or not. If it is a good business idea or parang idea lang ba siya na out of just your creativity or what, no? So, let's begin. Ayan, sound business idea. A sound business idea may be defined as the economic opportunity which is within the reach of the entrepreneur and which will provide him or her with a desirable value, by Medina 2014. So this definition clearly states that a sound business idea is an economic opportunity. It is an opportunity. Hindi pa talaga siya nag-exist first and foremost. It is still an opportunity and it is up to you to grab it whether you like it or not, no. Kung gusto niyo man i-grab or hindi, okay lang, pero it is an opportunity which is within the reach of the entrepreneur. Kayang abutin ng entrepreneur natin. Kaya niyang gawin, hindi lang basta-basta opportunity na kuha ka lang ng kuha. It is an opportunity na dapat yung kukuha ng opportunity na yun is ready within the reach of the entrepreneur, which will provide him or her with a desirable value. At the end of the day, you guys, we are creating our businesses, or we are trying to become an entrepreneur, simply put, to earn money as well, to earn profit at the end of the day. So, an entrepreneur who understands the concept of sound business idea will be able to save time, money, and effort in pursuing the business. So, to determine the soundness of the idea, here are some questions na pwede natin tanungin sa ating mga idea. Is there a sufficient potential sales volume to achieve the required financial returns? Sir, ano ba yan? English. Ang dami-dami naman sinabi. Ano po ibig sabihin yan? Is there sufficient potential sales volume to achieve the required financial returns? Simply put, nasa market perspective tayo. Meron bang enough demand, or meron bang enough na potential sales volume, potential na benta? May enough bang potential na benta para bumalik sa atin yung ating mga ininvest? Para bumalik sa atin yung ating mga pera na ginastos para mapatakbo yung business na yun? That's the first question. Kung enough ba yung sales demand, or enough ba yung possible na magiging mga benta natin para bumalik ang ating kapital, or para bumalik ang ating ininvest na pera. Next, does the entrepreneur possess the ability to produce the required volume? Kaya ba ni entrepreneur na mag-perform ng maayos para ma-achieve, or yun nga, no, the ability to produce the required volume? And then lastly, does the product or service meet a real need? Is it really necessary? Is it really important? Meron ba talagang growing need or growing na market in that specific industry? So these questions will determine whether your business idea is sound or not. Pero meron pang ibang idea, kumpara nating Mike Nesselbeck, na founder ng Business Idea Insight. And according sa kanya, we can look for the following characteristics. So again, according to the module, etong tatlo lang is good enough for you to ask for your idea. Pero according sa isang magaling na nilalang, tingin ko, si Mike Nesselbeck, oo, magaling naman siya kasi siya ang founder ng Business Idea Insight. Meron pang mga different factors to consider, or meron pa dapat mga following characteristics na iniisip natin to really determine if it is a sound business idea. So first, it should be scalable. The business idea should be scalable. And sir, ano po ang ibig sabihin ng scalable? Ang haba po ng definition niya dito. To simply put, scalable is yung ability ng business mo to grow at the exponential level. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya yung grow na agad-agad, one time, big time. It should be scalable na kaya niyang tumagal as long as possible. Kaya niyang kaya niyang i-sustain yung sarili niya, kaya niyang mag-grow, kaya niyang mabuhay ng matagal. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng scalable. Nakita niyo si Jollibee, si McDo, yung iba't ibang fast food. Buhay na buhay pa rin sila hanggang ngayon kahit sobrang tagal na lang ng kanilang mga business. So paano ba sila lumaki ng ganito kalaki? It is because they're scalable. Very scalable lang kanilang business idea na to offer fast food, to offer something very convenient at a very low price. Pero ang quality ng pagkain is maganda. Masarap siya, pasok sa panlasang Pinoy. Tulad yan sinasabi natin, di ba? So yun yung scalability. Next, it solves a problem in a way that is intuitive and people like. Ang ibig sabihin po na itong number 2 natin, or solves a problem in a way that is intuitive and people like, dapat yung ating business idea, pag nagkaroon ng problema, ang solusyon dapat dito is simple lang. Hindi siya isang solusyon na very complex. Hindi siya isang solusyon na kailangan ng isang maiging proseso na sobrang magte-take ng too much time sa inyo. It should be intuitive and people-like. Solves a problem in a way that's intuitive and people-like. Tulad tayo, mga tao. Pag tayo may mga problema, nakakagawa kagad tayo ng decision in a span of seconds. Or makakapag-isip kagad tayo ng pwedeng decision in a span of a short amount of time. yung ganun kabilis na problem solving, no? Yung very, very simple lang na, okay, dumating yung problemang ito ang solusyon dyan. Dumating ang problemang ito, nagkaroon tayo ng mababang sales, ito gawin natin. Parang ganun. That should be another characteristic of a sound business idea. If a problem occurs, it will solve the problems that will occur should be solved in a way that is intuitive and people like. Yung mga darating na problema sa business na yon, dapat it can be solved as much as possible. Hindi naman dapat kung 100% completely, no, na people like ang pag-solve. Pero as much as possible, ganun sana. Kung meron mga problema dumating sa business idea mo, it should be solved in a way that is intuitive and people like. Next, has an existing market or has the capability to create a new market. Two things combined into one number. First and foremost, has an existing market. Of course, no, hindi ka naman papasok sa isang industry nang alam mong hindi ka bebenta, nang alam mong wala namang bibili sa mga produkto mo. Next, or has the capability to create a new market. Kung ang inyong produkto ay may kakayahan na mag-enter ng isang or gumawa ng panibagong market. Like say for example, one of the things na very much relevant into this is yung growing market for vegan products. If you will notice it at the start of, I think at the start of pandemic, unti-unti lumabas yung mga meat-free products natin or unti-unti lumabas yung mga vegan products. Napansin nyo bigla, di ba? Sino ba ang nagsimula ng trend na vegan burgers or yung meat-free burgers? Ang nagsimula ata ng trend na yan is I'm not sure. Shakey's ata. Naalala ko yung good or bad burger nila. Tapos naglabas na rin bigla si Zarks, naglabas si Burger King, naglabas si Minute Burger. Ang daming once that particular yung kung sino man ang nauna na pasukin yung mundo ng meat-free burgers, no. Ang ganda nung ginawa niya kasi they created a niche market. Yung tinatawag nating niche market. If you guys are not aware of niche market, it is a very small group of market na meron silang special na they're a special kind of market. Very small group lang sila. Pero kaya sila tinatawag na niche market kasi yun nga, konti lang. Konti lang kasi yung demand eh. Konti lang yung demand nung market na yun. So, isipin nyo, no? Kung konti lang ang demand ng market na yon, hindi ba iisipin ng mga tao na, okay, dapat hindi tayo gagawa ng business na yan? Kasi konti lang demand eh. Pero kasi, the fact still remains that it is still a market. It is still a group of customers na meron silang hinihingi na specific product. So, if you are lucky enough to discover a niche market na wala pang nakakaalam, na wala pang business ang sumusubok na pasukin, pag pinasok mo yung niche market na yun, it's do or die. It's a risk. Whether or not if you will get the favors of that niche market, at kung nakuha mo yung kanilang pabor, lahat sila sa'yo bibili. That is the good thing in niche market. Pag nakuha mo yung kanilang loob, pag nahuli mo yung kanilang taste, no, pag nabigyan mo sila ng isang product na gustong-gusto nila, na hinahanap-hanap nila, sa'yo lahat yun bibili. Always yan. So that is a really risky business, no, yung entering a niche market. So in a way, that is also like creating a new market, no, pag pumapasok ka sa isang niche market, kasi it's very much risky. When yun nga, no, two things lang yan eh, whether or not magkakaroon ka ng success na lahat sila sa'yo bibili, or magkakaroon ka ng fail na hindi ka rin naman nila papansinin. Next, enters a growing market. So aside from it being an existing market, the market should also be growing. Syempre hindi naman to applicable sa creating new market, 'di ba? Kasi growing na siya eh. nag-exist na siya and tuloy-tuloy na yung pag-grow niya, ibig sabihin. So, the existing market should also be a growing market. Kasi hindi naman pwede na stagnant lang yung market natin. Or what we mean by growing. Industries go through cycles, and thinking of a business idea in a declining or peaked market will lead to failure once it's launched. An entrepreneur should never enter a market that is not seeing growth. Entering a growing market provides the entrepreneur a lot of opportunities in maximizing profit. Uh, Tulad ng sabi dito, no, meron kasi tayong mga iba't ibang business cycles, di ba? Tulad ng sabi dito, your business idea should not be in the declining or in a peaked market. Ibig sabihin, hindi dapat palugi yung market na yun or dapat hindi rin at the highest level kung saan boom lahat. Kasi, isipin nyo na lang, di ba, nag-boom na eh. So, ibig sabihin, mas may edge yung mga nakilala na from it being a market na hindi pa masyadong kilala, hindi pa siya nagpipeak, it is still a growing market. Unti-unti pa lang siyang nagde-develop. Yung mga business na nandun sa stage na yon, dun sa growing na market na yon, yung unti-unti pa lang nagra-rise, yung kasikatan, yung mga business na dun pumapasok, yun ang most likely nagsisi ng growth. Kung ang business idea mo is nandun sa peak ng market na sobrang sikat na, sobrang ganda na ng market na yon at saka ka lang papasok, for sure you will have a hard time. Kasi ibig sabihin kasi nun, after being peak, magde-decline yan. Tandaan nyo, in every business, there is a business cycle. Meron yan yung introductory pa lang or yung pasimula, and then unti-unti yung mag-grow, and then may climax or yung peak, and then magde-decline siya unti-unti ulit. So that is the whole business cycle, and mahirap nang mag-bounce back if you enter the market during the highest level of the cycle, kasi ang sunod doon for sure is the declining stage. And if your market will be in the declining stage, mahirap nang bumawi dyan or mahirap nang makabawi ulit or makabangon. So it should be your business idea should enter while it is still in the growing phase or yung unti-unti pa lang siyang sumisikat, unti-unti pa lang siyang nakikilala. Next, sustainable has a multi-year plan. Being your business being sustainable doesn't just mean na kayo ay tumutulong sa environment or kayo ay tumutulong ma-conserve yung environment natin or maligtas yung climate change, no. Maligtas tayo from climate change. Your business, it being sustainable, should have these two ideas in mind. They use and have access to resources that can last for the next 100 years. Dapat yung resources ng iyong business idea is kayang mabuhay for the next 100 years. Dapat yung mga kailangan i-produce para yung mga kailangan mong raw materials to produce a specific product, dapat it can last for the next 100 years. Kasi of course, pag yung resources mo, papasok ka sa isang business na yung resources niya, nakikita mo na parang hindi na siya sustainable or hindi mo na siya makukuha for the next few years, mag-exhaust lang lahat ng resources mo hanggang sa maubos. So, kailangan yung mga resources na yung raw materials na kailangan mo to produce the desired output should last for the next 100 years. So, your business idea should also have a vision. So, simply put, no, hindi ka naman papasok sa isang business nang wala kang specific goal in mind. You don't do things particularly for nothing or for no particular reason. Hindi ka naman gumagawa ng isang bagay para lang sa wala eh. There's always an objective behind every course of action. There's always a vision in mind. Meron kang gustong marating, meron kang objective, meron kang goal. And yun din ang dapat ginagawa sa business. Hindi ka pumapasok sa isang business just to feel unless na sobrang dami mong pera na kaya mo magwalgas ng pera para lang makaramdam kung paano gumawa ng business, no? Pero I guess you are entering the business to have you have a specific goal. Meron kang gustong ma-attain. Hindi ka wawalgas ng investment or malaking pera para lang maramdaman mo kung paano gumawa ng ng business, no. Of course, every business or every entrepreneur before they start, they have this idea na okay, etong restaurant ko or etong food business ko, it will grow into a big business na nagpo-produce ng maraming bagay ganyan, maraming benta. Every entrepreneur has that eh. So, yun, you should have a vision. Next, it should be profitable. I guess this is pretty much self-explanatory, no? Dapat kumikita ng pera as much as possible lang iyong business idea. Dapat nakikitaan mo na pwede nga makabenta dito sa business idea na to. Next, it should be differentiated. Other terms for differentiated, to be honest with you, is a unique idea. Yun lang naman yun eh. Something unique na it will make your business stand out from the rest of the competition. So that is differentiated. Unique ideas. Now, ngayon alam na natin kung ano pang ba yung mga different characteristics para malaman natin if our business idea is sound. Para makita natin if okay nga ba yung business idea na iniisip natin. So, ngayon, pag meron tayong listahan, of course, ng business ideas na tingin ninyo are scalable, tingin ninyo that it solves a problem in a way that is intuitive, tingin ninyo that it has an existing market and it is a growing market, it is sustainable, profitable, and differentiated. Once you have a list maybe of those sound business ideas na tingin ninyo pasok sa mga categories na ito or merong mga characteristics na ito, it is now time to determine the best business idea out of all of those. So, puro tayo business ideas, no? Puro tayo ideas. Kasi gano'n naman talaga eh. Starting at if you guys are planning to enter your business, ito talaga yung first step. Business ideas. Now, screening generated ideas. Out of all the sound business ideas na meron tayo, this is how you can screen kung ano nga ba yung pasok sa inyo. Pasok para sa inyo, para sa personality ninyo. So first, market feasibility. A business idea must have some positive indication about the following. Stable and sufficient demand. Tulad nga ng sabi natin, no? It should have an existing market and it should have a growing market as well. Market is simply put our demand or yung mga guests natin or yung mga customers natin. So, a demand that remains constant or shows signs of growth throughout long periods indicates the possibility of market feasibility. So, pag nakita mo na yun nga, no, pinag-usapan na natin to kanina doon sa characteristics na yung market nga should be existing, it should grow. Next, potential competitive strength. The business idea must be such that the venture can effectively compete with current or potential competitors. Dapat ikaw, hindi ka naman papasok sa halimbawa, di ba? Hindi ka naman gagawa ng sarili mong fast food para kalabanin si Jollibee. Mahihirapan ka. Dapat yung kakayahan mo ngayon is angkop para dun sa current competition na meron kayo. Kaya mong makipaglaban doon sa mga current competition na meron or existing dun sa market na yon. Next, technical feasibility. Technical feasibility, to tell you honestly, simply put, everything that you need to have in order to operate. So, such as, it ranges from getting supplies, production, sales, and aftercare. Should consider the challenges or difficulties in converting raw materials into sellable products or services. So, lahat ng kailangan mo in order to operate, in order to produce a product, in order to transform raw materials into sellable products, dun papasok yung technical feasibility. So dito papasok yung mga machines, yung inventory, yung stocks mo, lahat ng gagamitin mo for your operation, mga tao, materials, yun nga, yung staff, yung training nila. So everything else, doon siya nakapaloob, technical feasibility. Next is financing feasibility, and also financial feasibility. These are two different things. To simply put, financing feasibility is yung kakayahan mo magkaroon ng capital, kakayahan mo na mag-start ng operations. And financial feasibility is of course yung profit or profitable ba yung business mo. Tulad na napag-usapan natin before dun sa characteristics. So the preparation of projected financial statements such as income statement, balance sheet statement, and cash flow statement. If you guys are not yet aware of how these three are differentiated, income statement, ito po yung ginagamit ng mga entrepreneur to know whether or not kumikita ba yung business natin, if there is a profit, records of sales, records of cost, and records of profit. Next is balance sheet statement. This one naman shows the current state or yun nga no, yung financial position ng company mo. So balance sheet, dito nakalagay yung if you are aware of assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity or equity, yung classic na formula no sa balance sheet. And then cash flow statements, these are this is the report na yung flow ng pera, yung pagpasok at paglabas ng pera sa atin. Kung paano lumalabas at pumapasok yung pera sa atin. So that's it. I believe that's it for module number 2. I hope na kahit paano meron kayo naiintindihan dito sa ating mga discussion. So at the end of the day, puro ko ganun, no? Puro ko at the end of the day. Ang ipapaaral ko sa inyo dito is for the exam, most likely, is this one. Yung mga characteristics na according kay Mike Nesselbeck. Scalable, solves a problem. Ayan, ito yung mga papaaral ko sa inyo. And also, the how to screen generated ideas. Ano yung mga feasibility na kailangan ninyong gawin. So, yun, yung mga isasama ko most likely sa exams and yun yung mga kailangan ninyong aralin. For next week, we're going to have an activity regarding this module. And then after that, proceed tayo sa module number 3, which is competitive analysis. So with that being said, we can end this discussion. Thank you so much to each and every one of you na nakinig sa discussion na to. And again, if you have questions, just feel free to ask me anytime. You can reach me through our GCs, or you can reach me by sending a personal message in Messenger. So that's it. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. God bless. Stay safe and goodbye.